Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews. I feel like I just recently did this with another... Oh wait, that's right, I just released a news video. Well, apparently we have more news to release because we have more new Mattel reveals, and these are actually mostly repaints, but there is one new sculpt. The very first one is actually a Triceratops, and this one specifically isn't really that great to me. It's got a very dark gray for the overall body coloration, and then kind of some blue splotchiness added all over the figure. And I think it looks decent enough, and the blue definitely plays off of that gray really nicely, but we've had so many Triceratops figures so far that this one specifically isn't anything crazy new or groundbreaking, and I'm not going to be too excited about it. I'll probably still pick it up, but again, it's not something that I'm going to be drooling over for months waiting for it to arrive. Then we have a new Dimorphodon, and this Dimorphodon actually has a really cool looking paint scheme. Probably the best paint scheme I've seen on a Dimorphodon so far. I can't really see the rest of the body, and I would love to see what the upper side of the wings looks like. But as far as this image goes right here, I really do like this paint scheme. We've had a plethora of Dimorphodons already as well, but this one specifically may be the best paintwork I've seen on the Dimorphodon, so I am pretty excited about this one. Then we have a new Sticky Maalik, but this one's kind of boring to me. I don't really like any of the colors, honestly, on this one, and this one just, for the most part, as far as I'm concerned, is fairly unappealing, and just another repaint, I guess you could say, but some people may be excited about it, and I did want to show you guys regardless of the fact that personally, I'm not too psyched about it. I do think it is pretty cool that they've kind of gone with a different style to the paint as far as the way you see it in the stomach region there, how the light gray kind of runs through the center leading up to the hip area. That definitely looks cool, but I feel like the tones of color used just aren't flashy enough or interesting enough, I guess. Then we have a new Baryonyx, and this one really does actually look quite cool. I'm not the biggest fan of the brown that they've used and the way it plays off of the green, but at the same time I still think it looks definitely quite interesting, and the fact that the dinosaur has its mouth closed has me very intrigued, because previously pretty much every Baryonyx that I can recall always had the mouth open and you push the button to close the mouth. So if this mouth is actually closed and you push the button to open it, that is super exciting to me, and I will really be excited about this one when it does officially hit stores if that is the case. But I think as far as the overall paint scheme goes, it's nothing crazy or flashy, but it still looks as good as it needs to, so it's definitely not terrible either. And then we have another Albertosaurus, and this one to me is very confusing because we haven't actually even received the last Albertosaurus here in the United States yet, and in fact most people haven't even received it, but we already have a new Albertosaurus coming, and I think the paint scheme looks interesting. It's nothing, again, that's overly crazy flashy that I really absolutely must get, but I'm wondering honestly if it's battle damage or not, because if it's not a battle damage version, then I'll be a little more intrigued about this one, more so than I am already. The paint scheme I think looks alright, but the fact that we don't know if it's battle damage or not is really kind of the information that will decide on how excited I am about this one. Then we have a new Sarkis Suitcase coming, which again, I'm not really a big fan of this. I don't think that the colors on this one look very good at all, and in fact some of the colors on these new repaints almost look like they're not even real. They don't even look like what I would expect from Mattel, so this one specifically I'm not really too excited about at all, but maybe once the actual images of them in box start to appear, the colors sometimes tend to look a little lighter, sometimes a little bit weirder on the promotional images, and then look a lot better on the actual factory released products, so hopefully that's the case for this and quite a few of the others. Then we have this Gallimimus, and this is clearly a throwback to the Kenner Gallimimus, and that, my friends, is extremely cool on the part of Mattel to have that kind of a throwback, taking us straight back to our childhood as far as portraying the old Kenner figure that we know and love. So that is an extremely cool idea behind Mattel, and even though it's not the best paint job, it really wasn't back then and it still isn't now, it's something that I will definitely want to pick up just because it's such a cool throwback. Then we have a new Plesiosaur, and again, it's not really that great. It looks okay, but I feel like the previous versions, both of the previous versions, were much better than this, so this is one that is again something that I'm really not going to be too psyched about. I won't be hunting down or anything, but it's interesting enough, I guess. Then we have the new figure of the bunch, and I would imagine this is supposed to be a Troodon, and it really does look quite cool, honestly. It's a little bit crazy off the wall looking, but I actually quite like it. I think that the paint application also looks to be really cool. The sculpt looks decent enough for sure, so I am actually quite excited about this one, and this will be a figure that I'll definitely want to get hold of when it does officially release. And then the final one is a new Monolophosaurus, and again, it's nothing crazy. We've had quite a few Monolophosaurus figures already. However, I really do actually quite like the paint, I think, on this one. It's nothing that's going to make me, again, go crazy for it, but it's definitely nice enough that I will be looking forward to it, and will without question be wanting to pick it up when it does officially release. I do like the way that the dark grays and then the yellow and red play off of each other. Looks really cool. And since I am beyond excited about it, here are a few alternate images of the upcoming Majungasaurus up close in comparison to the image that I showed you guys earlier. I really am excited about this figure. I think this one is just absolutely gorgeous and cannot wait to get a hold of it. Again, the colors are so flashy and so unlike what I would normally enjoy on a dinosaur like this, but something about the way Mattel has sculpted this and painted this is extremely appealing to me, so I am so psyched to get a hold of this whenever it does officially release. But I did want to show you guys these new images, the up-close images of this Majungasaurus, as again, I am so psyched for it. So as of right now, guys, that's all the news I've got. When more comes out, who knows, it may be later today. We'll just have to wait and see, but when more news does come out, I'll be sure to send it your way. Until then, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.